Quiet, please.
What?
Quiet. Quiet. Close the bones.
Quiet.
I forgot I got to take off the overlay.
Everyone,
Once again,
hello,
we're such pros.
welcome to another special presentation of the Let's Go Off-World podcast. This is a Legion's Quest, where myself, Joe G, the master of dungeons, takes my wonderful group of players and runs them through a Mythic Legions inspired game of Dungeons and Dragons. How's everybody doing today?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Good,
Awesome.
good. Well, we had an exciting end to the last session. We won't hold anything up with frivolities. Let's just go ahead and jump into Jesse's recap. You got a recap for us, Jesse?
Indeed. Last time in the closing of the fight in the heat of battle at the gate protecting the city of Rakshesh, we'd taken a long rest and came down to the downstairs of the inn, and we see where'd it go? Oh, so we'd been told the whole plan from Danabel Belush about the map and the tunnel that runs from the city up to the old fort that the Bone Thrower was sending his army from. So we go out, we talk to Belgar because it was kind of fishy as why he sent his fiance to deal with it instead of telling us. And while we're on the wall, we hear clamor of weapons on shields and see a horde of orcs move out chanting. They part and Beerish steps forward, bellowing out, "We come for battle for the survivor of Red Rock." And they all cried out and they came rushing in along with the goblins and mercenaries out of the woods to attack the army. We swing by we realize we're going to go to this tunnel. We swing by the inn to try to enlist the help of Eamon the Templar. And he says he's best if he stays at the town to help heal and defend there. Gradduk really wants to go by a shop, so we go in and we set up a date with Eénsek, with the very buxom shopkeeper on a date, and we get some potions. We run to the cathedral, talk to some guards outside, and make our way inside into a secret door that leads into a tunnel. And we make our way through to where we eventually find a small altar with a long deceased dwarf leaning against it. We eventually we go into battle with this dwarf. He screams out, "You never paid for the tunnel. I must collect the gold." And he raises his hands and skeletal snakes start crawling out and merge into a giant snake bone thing on either side of him. We finish the battle, defeating the wight and the snakes. And as we make our way further down the tunnel, we come to a robed figure. Wait. Sorry, I'm reading lines ahead of myself. We come up the secret door, what appears to be a dungeon at the bottom of the tower. We climb up through the door, and there is a robed figure, possibly a wizard, with long, rotten robes and a skeletal figure, as long, ratty hair and a band of cloth around where its eyes had been, holding a staff. We assume this is the Bone Thrower, and talking to another figure in shiny black armor. The Bone Thrower passes over a bauble that looks like a locket that Cam recognizes from long ago, and Ferr recognizes a vampire in the armor from his past, the one whose jaws clamped down on his mother's neck.
I actually forgot about Trevor having a date. That was
Yeah,
a good part of the recap. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I,
forgot
I
that
do have
too.
a question about
Yes,
the recap
Gradduk.
because I can't remember. When the orc army and the goblins and stuff were getting ready to fight, did anybody happen to see if there was a donkey there with them? Maybe like kicking folks around or being awesome.
You didn't notice,
Oh.
but the possibility of there being one is pretty good.
Gotcha. Okay. Sweet.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
It's got
Will
chills.
flourish.
So, Jesse,
So
if you wouldn't mind bringing up the map.
Have they seen us? Or we just...
So, Ferr did mention that he was drawing his sword before you guys entered. Fortunately, unfortunately, his sword radiates with the blinding light of the sun and does tend to draw attention. So, as you're entering, they will immediately notice you. When that happens, sorry, for some reason that distracted me. I was jumping around.
I was trying to get us in the order that we are on the overlay. Sorry.
Right. No problem. The vampire who just took the necklace that Cam recognized into his hands hisses and says, "They are here. Deal with them. I must make a way for our plans to continue." And with that, there is a puff of smoke.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. I wanted my revenge.
With that, though, the bone thrower digs into a small pouch, maybe even a satchel by some considered, and throws a handful of chicken bones on the ground that immediately raise into skeleton warriors.
Chicken skeleton warriors?
They're chicken bones, but they're skeleton warriors.
Oh, okay.
They don't look like
immediately form into one giant skeleton chicken.
That's and here I thought the chickens were on the other team.
Wow.
With that, the bone thrower takes a 5-foot step forward. This in the center is a small pedestal, but it's only a few feet in height. It's not a column. So it looks like it may have been something else, maybe a statue at some point in history, but has since crumbled away. So you can see him clearly, all of them clearly over it.
Does that also mean that we could climb on top of it with the same movement?
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't change the terrain type, so you can move over it without it being difficult terrain.
Okay.
He addresses you and says, "The horsemen are coming. You are too late. Your world will burn. All that will be left is ashes and death." And with that, it's initiative. Wait. Okay, I clicked the button. Go ahead. Sorry.
$14.
12.
10.
All right. For some
Also
reason,
10.
Cams didn't show up again, but I can enter that.
I don't understand that at all.
I'm not sure what's happening with that, but I would be lying if I said that I was very proficient with D&D Beyond.
Probably has something to do with your hoodie strings.
Probably.
Not me
The
even.
system.
Maybe
All right.
maybe due to all the stuff Pam keeps putting in her pockets when she thinks nobody's looking.
No one is looking. Or if you are, you don't see what I'm doing.
Right. So, all right. So the two skeletons up front have melee weapons, swords, and the two that are different colors in the back are using bows, just for the party's knowledge.
Longbow, crossbow,
Short bows.
short bows.
Yeah, short bows. All right.
Okay.
Well, this skeleton here goes first. He will move up here and attack Gradduk with his short sword. And that is an 11 to hit.
Apparently the sword was too short because it misses.
He does, in fact, miss. All right. That is his turn. Next up is Eénsek.
And I yell, "Only your death, only your ashes," and cast Fireball at 3rd level. Straight at Bone Thrower. That's it. That's a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
for everything within 20 feet of Bone Thrower.
All right.
Ooh.
Centered on Bone Thrower. So let me go ahead. So,
It's a dex of 15.
all right. He rolls a
15
21 on his. So he will
Jesus
save
Christ.
for half. The skeletons. The first one is an 8. Is a failure. A natural 20, which is a success. And a 10, which I assume is a failure. You said 15?
15, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So those two, the two bows? Get damage?
No, the one melee that's right in
Okay.
front of them,
Well,
and then the
okay,
bow that's
whatever.
to his right.
So they get both. Okay, so the first one, do I roll for both of them, or this is everything?
No, you roll once. The
Okay.
ones that failed will take full damage. The
30
one,
points to the first.
Holy crap.
okay. Yeah.
And 30 points to the second one.
Dang.
Okay. So then the two that save, you take 15.
I feel like chicken tonight.
Wait, how big is Fireball?
It's big.
It's a big spell.
Somebody put on their big boy pants today.
So let's see. Hold on, let me. Oops. So, you guys see a small mote of light, reddish orange colored light, fly from Eénsek's hand and fly to the area that the bone thrower is occupying, and then explodes into a giant ball of flaming combustion. And all 3 skeletons that are around him are vaporized.
Holy
By the
moly.
Fire.
Damn.
All 3.
Yeah, they had 15 hit points. So
What happened to the one that rolled 20? I thought one rolled natural 20.
yeah, he still takes half damage from the fireball.
Half damage. Oh, wow. Okay.
And half of 30 is 15, so
Wow.
he still was destroyed by it. So
Okay.
Obviously, that buxom woman got Einie all fired up.
That took him from last to second.
High five, Eénsek.
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll
Is
stay on
that
my ground.
Eénsek's
my
turn?
That is my turn.
That brings us to Gradduk.
Okay. I am going to go into a frenzy,
All right.
And I'm going to attack the skeleton that is next to me. With a natural 1. Which is not registered for some reason. Did it show up on your screen?
Showed as a 9, I thought.
It'll still add his bonuses, but a natural 1 is an automatic miss.
Did it show up on your screen? Because it didn't. Okay.
It did. Showed up
it didn't
on mine.
do the normal thing on mine. Okay. Now I'm using my second attack. Yeah, it's like not.
I see it. You rolled a 12.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm only seeing. Oh, there we go. All right. So 12.
He has a 13 AC. That is a miss.
Okay, and then my frenzy attack, which is a 26.
That definitely hits.
Okay. 9 plus 2, so 11 damage.
All right. Got it. You're using an axe right now, Gradduk?
Great axe, yep.
Yeah, okay. Your axe tears through his armor and crunches the bone underneath, delivering a great wound that even a skeleton is remiss to take, but he doesn't quite fall.
That is my turn, because I
right.
really can't move. Well, actually, no, that's not my turn. Sorry. I am going to move to here.
Okay.
Now that's my turn.
Okay. Cam, you're up next.
All right. Cam is going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
So it won't provoke opportunity attacks until the spell ends, and I get an advantage on one weapon attack, and it deals an extra D8. So Cam is going to run out. Whoop, click on the right screen. She is going to run out here and take a shot at the bone thrower with advantage. Right. So, where's my attack? It's a 14 or a 13.
That misses.
Well, crap. I'm going to use my use Dread Ambusher, which gives me one additional weapon attack.
Mm-hmm.
So, roll. That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that does an extra 1d8 damage of piercing on top of the regular damage. So,
okay.
So 13 plus 6, so 19.
19, okay.
19 piercing damage. And I'm going to use my second attack.
All right.
To strike again. And use my favored foe special to mark the target as my favorite enemy for 1 minute. $27 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
10 more points of piercing damage, and do an extra D4 with the favored enemy, or favored foe, rather. It's an extra 2 points of damage.
Okay, so 7 total?
That was 12. Didn't you roll 10?
No,
Sorry.
10,
Okay,
That's
sorry.
the two.
I was
12,
actually
yeah,
reading
12.
while you were talking, and
12 total points of damage.
12,
You did 19 and then 12, I think.
all right.
Yeah. And he is marked as my favored foe. And I think that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Ferr. You're up.
All right. Well, now that the vampires left, I wrote a whole script, you guys. I was going to totally change it up.
Little soliloquy.
Seriously, man.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and
Oh,
tomorrow.
God. Okay. I'm going to do something I haven't done before, and I'm going to cast a spell for my first move.
All right.
I thought you were going to tank.
I am going to cast Bless. And I can bless up to 3 creatures of my choice within range.
I'm guessing Gradduk won't be one of those now that he said that.
I'm gonna bless his hand.
I'm only going to use 2.
Can I bless myself instead of Gradduk?
You can if you want. Actually, that is an option.
Well, actually, if now that I'm at a new level, I can bless up to 3 creatures. Wait a minute. This is bless the second one. I can bless an extra one. At higher levels.
At a higher level spell slot.
Spell using a second slot, or you can target 1 additional. So I could do that if I wanted, but I'm just going to do the regular. No, I'm going to do that. I'll do the regular bless. I'll bless my cohorts.
Okay. So Bless adds a D4 to their attacks and saving throws, correct?
Sweet.
Let's see. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a D4 and add the number rolled to the attack, correct? Or for a saving throw, yes.
All right.
Correct. Yeah, so at a higher level, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature. So I might as well, I'm going to do all 4 of us. So that means I got to take 2 spell slots away, correct? I believe.
No, not 2 slots. It would be a higher level slot.
Oh,
So,
but I do 1
cast
slot for
the
the regular blast and then 1 slot for the second level.
No. It's not more slots. It's a higher level slot. So if you
so
cast
just
it at
one
level,
second level slot. I did that.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
so the four of us are blessed now. So that's 1
And then
action.
that means
correct?
what?
you get to add a D4 to your attacks and saving throws.
Okay.
Yep.
To the attack roll or the attack damage?
The roll, the attack roll.
Okay.
So because I now have 2 actions, I get 1 more action, correct? I think that counts as an action.
Attack action. Spells my understanding is that spells take the place of attacks. So if you cast a spell, that's your action for the round. So you can either attack twice or cast 1 spell.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm good with that. Even if I wanted to do a bonus action, could I do that?
You can still do a bonus action. That's a separate type of action.
Okay.
You can still move. You still have.
I'll do a bonus. I'm going to move. I will step here and do my bonus action on this skeleton, which is my horns.
All right.
All right. So let's see. An 8 plus I can roll my D4 now.
You can.
You also got advantage though.
That gave it to me automatically. It put it in there. Oh, the advantage. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I can roll again.
Right.
So I would have had a 9, so I can try rolling again if that doesn't hit, which I'm assuming
That
it
does not hit. Yeah.
All right, let me try it again. A 10 plus a... so a total of 14 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And a total damage of 4.
All right. And that is actually enough damage. You swing your horns at him, catch him about where Gradduk had tore into him with his axe, and it does just enough to sunder him in twain. His bones are now scattered across the floor as he falls, collapses, no longer animate to this cold stone floor of the tower. All right.
I take the femur bone and just chomp on it and say, it do taste like chicken.
You're gonna distract Gradduk. Like your turn for
What? Chicken?
Yes, that's my turn.
okay. Now it's the bones thrower's turn. The bone thrower moves forward and stands atop this pedestal.
The
An
drama.
aura of darkness
Right.
begins to emanate from him and spreads to a 30-foot area, which encapsulates everyone in the room.
Does it douse my flame, the light emanating from my sword?
It does not, but you feel the bone-chilling cold of the grave soak into your bodies as you are filled with necrotic energies that deal 5 points of damage to all of you.
That's just a guarantee. There's no saving throw.
Not on this one.
Okay, so 5 points damage.
Just 5 points. Everybody takes 5 points of necrotic damage. I keep wanting to say necronominous damage. There's
Just
been
because
too
you
many
want your necronominous.
conversations about necronominous.
You don't have your shipping notice yet, so you can't say that.
It was supposed to be delivered today and it wasn't. I'm going to take it out on you guys. But he's just emanating this aura of death from himself. But that's not his actual action. His
My
actual
kill
action.
count, Gradduk.
He actually starts with you, Ferr.
Oh, shit.
Since you are wielding a weapon that has his attention, he reaches up and grabs the covering over his face, where his eyes would have been, and pulls it free. 2 glowing green dots inside flash and immediately lock to your vision. He says, "A glimpse of your future." And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Plus a D4.
Should
So
be
I just-
factored in automatically, it sounded like. That would be
I
awesome.
just hit Constitution.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just saving throws, under saving throws.
Under saving throws.
Should be
Constitution. Right down the center of your sheet, right?
Yeah, it should be on the left hand side on the top. It's a little box that says saving
Oh, yeah,
throws
saving
above
throws.
census.
Sorry, yeah, thank you. So Constitution. F- 16 plus a D4. One. So
all right.
17 total.
All right. You save, but you feel the cold touch of death and take 16 psychic damage.
The heck does that mean?
16 points of psychic damage. It's a damage type. Basically, he was trying. His ability shows you your death in such a way that you almost believed it for a moment. You could have died if you failed that saving throw.
Damn. So I
But
take 60
instead of
points of
dying
damage right now.
because you succeeded, you take 16 points of damage.
Okay. Wow.
The damage type is reflected, so if you have any resistances, they might, apply to a certain type of damage.
Okay. All right. Xylona
All right.
saved me.
That is his turn, and that brings us back to Eénsek.
All right. I am going to. Where's this guy? He's up on the top here. I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Show off." And I'm gonna cast Magic Missile, all 4 of them at second level. Wait a minute, where's my second level? All 4 of them at him, and that is automatic, right? So
What's going on here?
what?
He's been spying on you guys psychically, with divination for quite some time, and was not prepared for the spells that are being sent against him. He doesn't have skin to show shock, but you can almost see the surprise on his face when the magic missile.
Magic missile? I mean, magic missile I've had for a while. That's not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, but he's used to Eénsek saying, "I'm saving my spell slots. You never know what's going to happen."
I see. Well, fuck it. This is the battle, dude. All right. So, 1d4 for each count, which is 4, 9, 10,
13.
11, 12, 13, and 17 points of damage. 17 points of damage.
Okay. The magic missiles fly across the room and just smack into him. They're force damage, so you can see the concussive effects actually tear into him as he actually staggers from the impact of the blows from the spell. Again, he doesn't have features to show emotion, but if you had to guess, he was angry right now. Is that your turn?
Well, that, where am I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm just gonna move back a little one.
Okay. Are you staying in line of sight of him? That is an
30,
important question.
I'm gonna kind of hide behind this rock if that's a rock.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, are you staying where you can't see him?
I can't see him right now. Now,
Okay.
I mean, I would think I can't see him right now.
Okay, that's all that's important. All right. That brings us to Gradduk.
Okay. I am going to move up to the bone thrower. And I am going to attempt to grapple him, which means he has to roll a saving throw. Let's see. Dex or strength, 15 or greater.
Okay. What's going on here? Oh, give me 1 second here. Oh, there. Sorry, technical difficulties. Sorry, I need a strength saving throw.
Strength or dex, whichever, 15 or greater.
All right. That is an 11.
Okay, so he is grappled. movement speed 0, and we have advantage on attacks. And then I will now attempt to pin him. I believe I can do that, right?
You know, I'll be honest, I haven't read the grappling rules. I am not sure.
Okay. Well, I don't see it on the D&D Beyond, but I was just looking it up, and it says you can try to pin your opponent by making another grapple check. If you succeed, you and your opponent are both restrained until the grapple ends.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't want to look it up right now, so I'll just allow it.
Okay. So that would be another dex or strength saving throw of 15.
All right. And that's a 13. He fails.
So we are both pinned to the ground now.
Okay.
And do I still get a frenzy attack, or is that
you can attack while you're grappling?
What's that?
You cannot attack while you're grappling. So if you're holding someone, you can't swing a weapon.
Okay, gotcha. But I can't even do it unarmed or anything. I've got him pinned, so that's it.
Right, exactly.
Then yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Cam, you're up.
All right.
Be right back.
Cam concentrates along the arrow
Sorry,
knocked in her
I don't
bow.
mean to laugh. Just for our audio listeners, when Trevor has stepped away, and Van is his icon for stepping away from and it made me laugh. So sorry, go ahead.
That's funny.
Cam knocks her bow and she whispers something. And
Jesse,
yes,
just for your knowledge, so the bone thrower is now prone. If you make a ranged attack against them, it will be with disadvantage. Because
but I have advantage, so it cancels out.
Right. I'm just saying that because he's prone right now. It disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Okay, but I'm not making that kind of ranged attack. I'm casting silence.
Okay.
For a duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choosing. Within range, any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it. Casting a spell that includes verbal components is impossible there.
Sorry about the avatar.
So, that's a 20-foot circle for silence. So... like that. And that was my first attack. My second attack at disadvantage, but with advantage, so canceled out regular attack. Oh my gosh, that's a 10 to hit.
That misses.
All right. That's it. And it was almost a 19, and it rolled over to 1 on the last second.
Oh, man. That's rough. I always hate when that happens. All right, Ferr, you're up.
So, if he's prone, what are my options? I can't.
So melee attacks against a prone opponent gain advantage.
Okay, so I'd have to move up, obviously, next to him.
Yes.
That's my first point of...
Oh, wait. Sorry, my attack rolls had a +4, right?
Oh yeah,
Or a D4.
correct.
Yes.
Does an 11 make it?
No.
Oh, all right. Had to try.
Good try.
Yeah, definitely.
So I need to get
All right.
within melee range, right?
Correct. You notice as soon as you move within that area that Jesse has highlighted there, that even the sound of your armor clanking as you move forward vanishes.
What the fuck? Okay. What the fur? All right. And I will attack with my Sunblade. For my first attack. 13 plus 4 for a 17.
That will hit. But it's advantage. You always roll to see if you get that natural
Might as
20.
well try, yeah. I got not a nat 20, but a 20. So either way I hit.
Yep.
All right, let's see what kind of damage we do here. Six.
All right.
So that's attack number 1. I'm going to attack the same way with my blade again.
Okay. The energy from the blade tears into him and seems to do more damage than you would normally expect that attack to do. He definitely seems weak to your attack.
All right. I got an 18 first roll and a 9. So 18 to hit 18 hits, right?
18 hits, correct.
Okay. And a 12 damage on that one.
All right.
And in the state he's in, can I not use my goring?
You can.
All right,
can.
might as well do that.
I mean, it'll look awkward, but it's still definitely a possibility of it. You're basically trying to do a handstand or a headstand on him.
Yeah, I'll get down on all fours for this.
Right. Don't poke Gradduk on accident.
7 plus 4, so an 11 first try.
That misses.
An 18 the second try.
18 will hit.
All right, let's see what we do with our horns. A whopping 4.
All right.
So 16 plus whatever I got the first. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Your horns don't seem to do as much damage as your sword does, but he still seems wounded by them. Definitely the radiance of that Necrobane sword, though, tore some massive gaps through his robe and burned into his bone.
So if he's pinned down, can I now move as one last action?
He's restrained, so he cannot attack you. That is true.
All right, I'm gonna just because I feel discombobulated in this cone of silence, and I'm not gonna lose advantage. We're not gonna screw up our advantage here with Gradduk and myself if I leave, am I? Because
right, Gradduk can't actually attack him while he has him grappled. So.
All right. I am going to. Oops. I was trying to move it on our wrong map. Okay. I'm going to step. I'll just go right here.
All right.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. That brings us back to the Bone Thrower, who is actually quite disappointed that he is not able to cast spells with verbal components. So instead,
Grab Cam.
he looks Gradduk deeply in the eyes. There's a flash
Aw.
of green necrotic energy, and Gradduk, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Close your eyes, Marion.
And then I get to roll a d4 with that.
Yes, that is correct.
So 16.
Okay. You successfully save, so you do not automatically die, and you're not forced to release the
Well, that's good.
the hold on him. But you do take. Did I do that right? Oh, okay. 17 points of necrotic damage.
Whew. Wow. Hook that up. All right.
And since he can't do anything else. Oh, and it's the end of his turn. Everyone takes 5 more points of necrotic damage from his darkened, his aura of annihilation.
Ouch.
And that's his turn.
The silence that Jesse did doesn't stop that, huh?
No, the eye is just a gaze attack.
Gotcha.
I was adding speech to it for flavor, but it has no effect on that ability.
Gotcha.
And it's back to the top of the round. Eénsek.
Okay.
Come out of the closet, Eénsek.
I've got 2 things. That's the front door, man. What that skeleton do, Joe? Like what kind of damage those guys do?
Do what now?
Nah, never mind. I'm thinking out loud here. I'm not even gonna ask
The
you 'cause
skeleton,
I don't
the
wanna
regular
know.
skeletons, not the bone thrower.
Yeah, no. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that. This doesn't get me anything. Oh, it does. Okay, so at second level, second level higher. Okay, so magic missile, man. Magic missile right on that MFer.
You have to have line of sight for magic missile.
Yep, you're right. Okay. All right, move up here. Is this door open? This door's open, right?
Yeah, the door's open. You guys open it.
I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, magic missile at second level, so that is 4 of them, and we will see what we got here. 5, 7, 8. 13 and 16 points of damage.
All right.
I'm gonna move
Hey,
back in the.
Again, even with Gradduk holding him in a very awkward and uncomfortable looking pose, the missiles just zip around Gradduk, not even getting close to him, and smash into the bone thrower's body, inflicting fairly massive damage to him. While he lays
And I'm
there.
going to just move back to my little hidey hole over here.
Okay. That's your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. Next up is Gradduk.
Okay. So it says says weapon attacks. Depending on the weapon and situation, you might be able to use a weapon while pinned. I'm guessing Great Axe is not one of those. But it does say I could use an unarmed strike against him while he's pinned, or I could continue to maintain the pin, which would require another saving throw on his part to see if I maintain it or not.
Okay. So you're choosing whether or not to attack him or maintain the hold?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to try to maintain the hold, so requires a saving throw of 15 on either strength or dex.
Okay. He will try again to escape. That's a 12. He fails.
Okay, so he is still pinned for this turn, and now I will try an unarmed strike with my second turn.
And that doesn't cause you to release the hold?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess I can hold him down with the one arm and punch him with the other. I don't know. That's what it says. It says you can use unarmed strikes against a pinned opponent, potentially with a bonus due to their vulnerable position. So
Punch him or give him a noogie.
Go ahead, Gradduk. Like I
Uh,
said, I'm not familiar with those rules, so we'll just go
Okay.
with it for now.
all right. So that is a 24.
You hit.
And that is a 5 to damage.
All right. Got it.
And I am also no longer in a frenzy after the last turn because I didn't. I don't think the grapple is considered an attack, is it?
Ooh. I don't think so, as far as how it applies to barbarians and being in a frenzied state.
Yeah. So I'm no longer in a frenzy or rage, FYI. So
Okay.
if I do get out of this pin, I'll have to do another one of those. But so for right now, that is my turn.
Okay. Cam.
I know the same thing still applies, but I'm going to make an attack
All right.
with the bow. It's a 28.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
So that's a D8 plus 6.
Okay.
So 10 piercing damage, and I'm going to take a second shot with my second attack.
All right.
That's 18 plus, if I need to roll a D4, I can.
An 18 will hit.
Okay. And it's another 7 points of piercing damage. And that's it. I don't get the bonus stuff because I did a different, the silence as concentration, so I can't. The other favorite foe dropped.
Gotcha. Oh, concentration checks. Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
I didn't take any damage.
Everybody took
Oh, I
damage.
did.
Everybody did. I didn't think about that at the time, so we're not going to backtrack. Just if his ability goes off this round, if you guys don't kill him, then
Okay.
we'll need some concentration checks for those spells. But it's fine. That's my bad for not remembering. All right, is that Cam's turn?
Yes.
All right, Ferr, you're up.
Gradduk, how you looking? How you feeling?
I'm about halfway. I mean, this another couple more rounds like this past one, I won't be doing good, but right now I'm all right.
All right, I'm gonna return to my attack position,
All right.
and I'm gonna attack with my Sunblade again. 14 on my first roll. Assuming that misses.
That does.
25.
Yeah,
That's good
that's
for
it.
hit.
Nice.
Let's see. And 12 points of damage.
All right.
How's he looking, by the way?
He's looking pretty darn hurt, actually. If Nate hit again, a smite might finish him off, to be honest.
Smites, that's automatically built into my weapon, right? Or do I have to do
No,
something?
that's an ability of the paladin. If you hit with a melee attack, you can choose to burn a spell slot to make it a smite, and that adds the bonus damage to your attack.
Well, let's do that. I got one more. One more attack with this Sunblade.
So the smite work.
Smite, and it's smite.
That's good.
That's not going to hit. 11. Let's try it one more time.
This might not.
And nat 20, baby.
Oh,
Nice.
so that will double the smite damage as well.
Damn it.
If you choose to smite.
I choose to smite. So what do I have to do that? So I go to my spells.
It's not a
Nope.
spell, it's a special ability. You should see it under abilities on your character sheet.
Divine Smite.
Yeah, divine.
Yeah, when you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend one spell slot to deal an extra 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than first, plus 1d8 against an undead or a fiend.
Which he is undead.
So I roll for damage, and then I can roll 4d8.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's you double your damage from the weapon damage, and then you'll double the 4d8 also. So you roll 2d8 for the weapon damage, and then 8d8 for the smite damage because it's
Wait a minute. 4d8 for the
8d8. It's a nat 20.
8d8. So I'm not even going to roll off where the Sunblade is. I'm going to go over to the corner and just hit.
So you'll roll off of the sunblade for the weapon damage, right? So
Okay.
that should be doubled.
All right, so that is a 12.
Doubled. So 24.
Well, you don't double it. You roll twice and add the 2.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so 12 plus 8, so 20.
So 20.
And then I'm sorry, then what do I do again for the smite? I go to the d8.
Yeah,
And
the
roll
tool,
that.
and just click it 8 times
8 times.
and then roll.
All right. If you know the vampire that killed my mother, this is for her.
He
He
can't hear
starts
you.
moving his mouth like he's trying to tell you something, but you can't hear anything.
Yeah. That's
Sorry, Joe.
40,
No, it's
40
okay.
total.
Plus
40?
the 20.
Plus the 20. So a total of 60 points of damage. So you guys see Ferr come up and just flip his sword over, shines with the light of the sun above his head, and he drives it down directly into the midsection and chest area of the bone thrower. His mouth flies open in a show of shock and surprise. You'd almost guess that he would scream if you could hear it, and the light from the blade infuses into his bones and begins spreading through him. And again, he has no features, but the way he's moving and shaking as Gradduk holds him, he looks like he's panicking as he disintegrates into
I'm
dust.
yelling at Gradduk to let go just because I don't want Gradduk to get hurt, but he can't.
Gradduk takes 40 points of burn damage.
Still fighting here.
And he dissolves into nothing. But From the burnt ash of his remains, a blue glow begins to emanate, and the rising of a spirit form seems to come up. You recognize the figure. There's almost an exact statue of it in Termin Filmarin's display of one of the 5 heroes. It looks like the wizard member of the 5 heroes. He looks around the room at all of you, mouths the words "thank you," and then dissolves away as he moves on to the next life.
May the Schwartz.
Wait, I didn't see that. What happened? What happened?
I'd answer you, but I couldn't.
What did he say? What did he say?
I dropped silence.
All right. You can all now hear each other.
I don't know. I was laying on the floor the whole time.
Well, good job, everyone.
Yeah.
Did he happen to leave any loot behind at all?
His
I'm gonna check these
staff
skeletons.
phase, as well as his pouch from his belt. I mean, his robes are there too, but they are obviously not of a.
What was the first thing you said, though, Joe?
His
He
staff.
left the- staff.
Did you say
I'm
which
gonna,
hero it matched?
The wizard.
The
wizard.
wizard-looking hero of the 5 heroes. There was one that was a definitive spellcaster.
I'm gonna take a little bit of shave a little bit of bone off the skeleton. Take it with me.
While you guys are looting, could I?
Do skeletons have anything or no? Probably not.
No, the skeletons were just animated.
That's what I figured.
Joe, could I? Can I say you guys loot? I'm gonna try and run through the last exit we saw that vampire flee through.
Okay, you can zoom out.
I'm going to
Jesse,
follow him.
Okay.
So do we actually have to physically move our dudes?
Like here?
Wasn't it through this
Is that
door?
good,
No,
Joe?
you don't have, but yeah, that's the direction he went. You run through
I'm
there.
following Ferr.
Should we split up from here? You go left, I go right. Cam?
I'm waiting for Joe to give us some direction here.
Well, you guys run out into that hallway. Look all 3 directions that you can see, and you don't see anyone, living or dead, in that area.
And would that make us stop, or would we keep going? Like
That's up to you. You can make that decision.
So are these
Yeah.
doors at the end of this hallway? Are they curtains and this one's open?
So they're rotted curtains. There's not enough left. So anything that looks like you can tell what it is, a chair, a bush, a table, those things are all long rotted away. You can still tell what they are, but the chairs are not fit for use. The bushes, even if they were alive at some point in the near future or near past, they are dead now, being in the presence of the bone thrower. So
Double dead.
Okay.
Can we see through the
Dead,
curtains
dead.
to the left, at the lower left of the map here, and can we see that stairwell through those curtains?
yes. That again, the curtains are old and rotted away. Anything that's left would just be strips of rotted cloth. The stairwell heads up into
Heads
a
up. Okay.
section.
Can I
Okay.
see what's in front of me down here?
Yes, if you can continue to zoom out until you can see the whole map there, if you want to.
I see him. He's over on the right side, guys. He's going to the right.
Whoops.
He's off the map.
Oh shit! And he ran-
Is this a door out here?
Yes, it is.
Right, there's a door
And
over
it-
here.
That appears like at some point it was a stable area.
In the meantime, I'm going to ask Gradduk, might I see that staff?
Yeah, have at it.
Ferr, do you want to go up or out?
I want to go. I think up, because maybe if there's no one even in here, maybe we can at least get advantage that we can view some.
Okay.
We're gonna go up.
Oh,
You're going the wrong way. Somebody's going the wrong way.
I don't know which ways.
I don't know.
There you go. Here you go.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
I was going off the bottom of this. Looks like it's.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the whole idea going down here that if we killed the bone thrower, that the rest of the army would just stop? Isn't that what the theory was?
Yeah, pretty much.
That was
Kinda
the
a big
theory,
chunk of it
but-
anyway.
Kind of like
I'm-
if we
I'm-
kill Hades, men will stop being bad and fight each other.
We cut the head off the snake, right? But my mind is so focused on that vampire that killed my mother. I don't even.
I'm just
I'm
for
tunnel vision.
for my own recollection of what happened in the past episode. I thought that's what
Yes,
the
that was
plan
our.
was.
It was
So
totally the
as
plan.
far as we know, we think the armies outside have just
Well, let's go outside and check.
that's kind of what I was saying.
All right. So if we're all going up here to the outside,
Yeah.
I think the
to
stairs go up
bottom
a level.
of tower.
That,
Okay.
Yeah, that goes up a level. The outside is that area that looks like maybe a stable at the bottom of the map. If you open those doors, that would be the way. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And
So
that's
we don't
the
want to go. We don't want to go back through the cathedral. We're going out the other way.
Yes.
if you guys want to.
Do we want to check anything else, or? I mean,
We can always go back in and look at those rooms to loot.
what
But
was this place? Okay.
it was an old, dilapidated fort, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
The fort had been abandoned for over 100 years. Before
my
it was
gal's
occupied.
outside and maybe my donkey, so I kind of want to go outside and check on him.
My gal.
Well, I mean, we're over
Why,
a mile away, I think, from the city.
Right, but above it, I mean, you could probably get a general idea if you wanted to of what was going on.
Okay.
So, Ferr, we run up to the top of the tower.
Well,
Yeah. What
I
do
don't
we
know
see
if
through
I
the
can-
pair of pets?
I don't know if I can switch maps without affecting this one. Could you close it, Jesse?
a pair of pets.
Just in case.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just want to double check on that really quick.
While Joe's doing that,
How do you know that
um,
vampire?
that vampire killed my mother, along with the rest of her cohorts, raided and slaughtered a ton for my clan.
Oh, okay. Did that affect your map, Jesse?
I mean, I see the new one. I don't see us on it, though.
No, because you're not. I didn't put you on there. But that's what it would look like from the roof. Like if you were in the
Okay.
sky looking down on the top of it. That's
Okay.
So that set of stairs would lead up to this roof of the tower.
Okay. You want me to bring that up?
No, I mean you don't have to.
Okay.
Obviously, if you guys want to run up there, you can. But that's
I'd want to see if I was watching. So I'm just saying,
Okay. All right. Yep. Go ahead.
because you're talking about it. So.
Yeah, good point.
Did we level, by the way?
relax.
You might not have, but while he's pulling that up, Curtis, why don't you add like 15 deaths to my kill count because I killed the boss.
You
Still only counts as one.
You did good.
It
It only
is-
counts as one.
It is worth mentioning that he did have a spell called Misty Step that would have allowed him to easily escape from Gradduk's grip in that grapple. But because he was silenced, the only component for it is a verbal component, so he was not able to cast it.
Nice.
Good
So
job.
that did make
man.
combat.
That was
Teamwork
teamwork,
makes the
y'all.
dream work.
That's
Yep.
right.
We're kind of working together now.
How about that?
I know it's weird, right? But yeah,
Do I
this is
do I get
this
any?
is the side view of the tower. As you can see, it's quite dilapidated from the outside, but it just has not.
So, what do
I
we?
have a
what do
feeling
we
that
see
you
up
thought we
here?
were going to struggle a lot more with that fight.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Well,
Right, so-
there was
Fireball,
some
baby.
there were some things that were not unexpected, but the fireball killing the four, 3 of the 4 minions in the first round, definitely had an effect on it. Because then you guys could just focus on him shortly thereafterwards. The silent spell, definitely. The grapple wasn't. It definitely prevented him from doing some things like movement. But if at any point someone had failed a con save, they would have just been reduced to 0 hit points.
Mm.
So saving on the con saves affected the combat. So it was a good combat all the way around. Even if it didn't go the way that I expected, I'm not disappointed at all. Like
The dice
you guys
were
are
in our
supposed to,
favor.
right? There will be other villains. I'm not worried.
So we're on top of the. So Cam and I are on top of this tower,
Yeah.
and do we see Gradduk and Eénsek running outside?
You can, yes, if you move to the edge. It doesn't seem well maintained, but still structurally sound. You have no fear of anything collapsing or coming apart under the weight of your feet.
Do we see the vampire running away in shiny black armor?
No, he is in the business we call that long gone. So
He bamfed.
I mean, that fight was only like 30 seconds long.
Wow.
He turned into
he's
a bat.
a fast vampire, I
Go
guess.
ahead.
I don't know.
All
But-
right.
Yeah, taking a look around, you don't see any indications of
vampire.
where it might have even gone.
So
What
what
about
about the
Towards
army?
the town.
So looking down at the town, because it is a short amount of time after the defeat of the Bone Thrower, you could see that down below, the skeleton army was actually faring fairly well against the jumble of people that were on your side, the group of orcs and goblins and the defenders from the town.
Mercenaries.
They were in formations and moving together and very coordinated. And you can almost in real time see them start to break ranks, and all of their coordination seems to fall apart. And almost immediately, your forces gain the upper hand, and within a few minutes begin to rout the skeletons as
Nice.
the skeleton army falls apart.
I turn to Cam and I give her a hug.
She smiles and hugs back.
And it helps bring the warmth back to our bodies that the chill from the bone thrower had infused into our bones.
And I hold my hand up to Gradduk, and he
Gradduk.
takes his hand.
I take
From
the
his-
hand around my neck and high five his hand.
Well, a win's a win.
Yes, it is.
Can we holler down at? Can you guys? Can they see what we see, or do we have a better vantage than they do?
You do have a better vantage, but they can still see
They're
what's
still
happening.
elevated too,
The-
right? Yeah.
The road that you see leading away heads down the mountain, so it's easy to have a good view of the valley. Which, from this point, you can see almost the entire valley. It's worth taking into account, like just the scope of how beautiful this lush green valley is. Even with everything going on, you probably wouldn't have been too concerned with it. You've been running from mission to mission almost the entire time that you're here. As you exhale and kind of take in the actual area around you, it is a beautiful valley.
Seeing as the the fight is going our way, suddenly dawns on Gradduk that
He's
he
hungry.
hasn't heard or seen from Henry. So he shouts up to Ferr and says, "Can you see my ass?"
If you don't shout back down at him, it's kind of hard to miss with it on your shoulders like that. I will be so disappointed.
I was going to ask if it was nighttime because I was going to respond with, "All I can see is Uranus." That's good.
So,
is it quicker to go back through the tunnel or head down to the city from here?
It would be quicker to head down from the city from here. You can actually keep a full pace, full movement, where when you're moving through the tunnel, it's a slower pace because of the dimensions of the tunnel. Are
we all together again, walking in slow motion?
In all seriousness, did they see Henry?
You can't make out that kind of detail from this distance.
Okay.
So you're not sure.
Well, let's make our way, Gradduk. I'm yelling down. So as Cam and I walk back down the stairs and exit, the shock of seeing the vampire and the shock of the battle we just went through is starting to kind of wear off, and I'm starting to recall what we saw when we first entered this room. And I say to Cam, you seem to also be affected by what was passed between the vampire and the bone thrower. Some sort of bauble.
It was my locket. I lost it a long time ago.
Any idea how it came in the hands of this fiend?
No idea. It was just a couple of thieves near my home that I lost it to. But it's the only... You see her get a little emotional in a way you haven't before. And you can see she's trying to fight it down. And she says it's the only thing I have to connect me to my parents.
So the vampire that stole my mother's life now has a locket that ties you to your parents.
Aye.
I just kind of put my hand on her shoulder as we walk outside and see Eénsek and Gradduk.
What are we going to do with this ring?
Yes. We haven't thought of the ring in a while.
Maybe we'll get back down to the town and Belgar or Danabel are dead and we don't have to pass the ring over and we can just give it to someone else and be done with it.
Thought? Wow.
Just saying that would be the easiest solution.
Wow. Somebody.
It would, but...
Put some dark stuff in your tea.
So we do. We, like Trevor said, we walk down the path like we're in a Mentos commercial now.
Right.
Yeah. Slow motion, like Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Once you guys are heading down, again, it's a full mile, from the tower to the city.
Did you can find see anything on the skeletons' bodies?
Skeletons continue. No one is allowing any of the skeletons to escape. They are hunting them down and finishing them off and making sure that none of them get away or are able to cause any more problems. About halfway down, you're close enough that you can see Rugtug on the back of Henry, riding him around the battlefield almost like a steed, though Rugtug is swinging what appears to be a broken scimitar like he is a knight. Henry is much more effective trampling skeletons and kicking them to destroy them. In that time,
Fireball. No, I'm
take
kidding.
a lot more skeletons down than any that Rugtug is able to take out. But Rugtug looks like he's having a lot of fun.
Look at how sweet is it that Gradduk's love and Cam's love are working together.
Your boo looks very regal on that steed.
Don't make me shoot a lot of you. We just survived this battle. But he did come in handy with that backup force.
He did.
Indeed, indeed.
Maybe you'll stop trying to steal his eye.
No, definitely not going to stop that.
I think we just have to find a date for Ferr, and we've got an entire night out with everybody here.
My love is for my flock and nature.
They're not going to fit at the table.
There's plenty of trees around here for you.
Just grab a branch and let's get something to eat.
Uh,
If I check out
Stephen
this
Bisciotti.
staff, Joe, do I?
So
is there anything I can
the-
see, or
The body
do I
of the
need to
staff
detect
appears
magic?
to be made out of bronze. When it comes to a head, it has two
Branching?
I'm trying to think of what to call them. Almost like they would look like wings on the side, but they resemble closer to flames or that encircle the head that looks like a stylized brazier with a ruby in the center of it. There does appear to be a warm glow emitting from the ruby, though, as almost if it is a magical focus for the staff.
Do I have any knowledge of this or anything? Like, I mean, I'll roll for it. Don't
You
have to
could
tell me.
identify. Well, you could identify it too, as per.
Yeah, where is my
ritual
identify?
spell if you want, but if you want to try to use a lore skill instead, I'll allow that.
Did you say bronze or brass?
I think I said bronze.
Bronze, I think so, yeah.
Where is my identify?
While you're looking, I just state,
I don't think I had that.
Gradduk, since you were down on the floor, and Eénsek, you were off in the other room. I'm not sure if you guys saw the spirit of the bone thrower, maybe as well as Cam and I.
I caught it.
You did.
Couldn't make out what he was saying.
You recognized the wizard's spirit from Filmarin's
Well, now that you say
collection.
it, I put that together, yes.
Is that what it was? I thought it was Jacob Marley.
I don't know who Jacob Marley is. I feel like we need to talk to Filmarin a bit more and find out some more about these five heroes that we represent in a way.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It is our guild after all.
Yes, there's much to do in the town of Rakshesh.
And back in Burlon, food, of course. I'm definitely hungry now that the danger is past. But how are they using the name of the five heroes as the name of the guild if they don't know what's about it? Is it just like stolen valor, borrowing the names of these people?
Good question, Cam.
Look, I'm not above stealing. You know that about me. I'm not trying to hide that at all. But like, that's a different type of stealing.
Yes, this is a matter of honor.
You steal?
Where have you been?
No, I don't. I liberate things from their previous owners.
Did we see what was in the bone thrower's pouch?
No, as far as
What
I
have
know,
you-
no one has opened it yet.
And what do I do? Like an insight check, Joe, or not an insight check, a history check, or
History would
investigation?
be would be like a lore check to see if you've heard of it.
Oh my god, that's the worst. 9. Jesus. Unreal. I got a +7 and I get a 9. Unreal.
You rolled a 9?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, you
Not really much
press
there.
your memory to see if any of the many texts, arcane texts and libraries that you've been to, if anything, seem to ring familiar from that, and it does not appear so. You have not any recollection of
We
this.
see you scratching your head there, Eénsek. Perhaps Filmarin, or I forget the name of the girl who was with us, with her dad died and all that. It's been so long since we've talked to her.
Kira.
What is it?
We'll
Kira?
ask
Yeah,
Kira.
Kira perhaps can do one of her magic checks on that.
It seems like Phil might have some insight into this.
Yeah, either one. In the meantime, might we look inside the pouch and see what perhaps lies therein?
Carefully.
Yes, maybe
If there's any
some-
dice, I call dibs.
Detect magic. Should I do a detect magic on that, or no? Not necessary.
Are you able to detect fruit snacks?
You can do a detect magic if you wish.
I will do detect magic on the bag just before we open it.
Can you detect Gradduk's ass?
Just,
So you perform
Depending on what he
detect
eats, we
magic
don't need a
ritual,
spell for that.
and the staff and pouch do glow. They are both magical.
They're both magic. Okay.
As well as the belt that the pouch is attached to, and they glow a separate color, showing that it is a separate item from the pouch.
Can you detect whether it's a dark magic? Anything we need to be worried about, or is it just magic in general?
I can only detect. Oh, wait a minute. And you learn at School of Magic, if any.
That's a good way to put the GM on the spot there, isn't it?
Hogwarts.
Well, the pouch is actually from a summoning school. Whatever. It doesn't actually. It's weird that under the item it doesn't actually. Yeah, under the description it doesn't actually say.
Just then, Gradduk remembers that he picked up one of those chicken bones. Very tasty.
The chicken
random bone in your hotel room
actually turned into the skeleton, so you would be like chewing on a finger, like a human finger bone right now.
Well, chicken fingers never sounded more apt.
I think it might be a rib.
You know how I used to get chocolate chip cookies at the Doubletree? Gradduk, he gets giant chicken bones.
Not much meat on it, but it's still tasty.
That's the opposite of your ass.
Staying at the Holiday Inn Bone.
Okay, I'm so caught up in bones.
So the bag is conjuration.
Okay.
The staff is invocation, I believe, right? And the belt is alteration.
You say alteration?
Yeah.
Gradduk's hand is masturbation.
The one around his neck.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah. All right. So I'm sorry. Say it again. The staff was invocation.
Oh my god! I got to say it again.
I got it. It's invocation for the staff.
Invocation.
Conjuration for the pouch. And alteration for the belt.
Okay.
There was not much on that bone. We need to get something else to eat.
We're on our way.
You seriously ate like 2 hours ago. Not even.
Your point?
Cam, I for one am grateful for Gradduk's girth. He was able to pin down the bone thrower. This heft.
Thank you. It's been a long time since I had to hold somebody down without any sort of lubrication.
I'm so sad that I don't have an end there to chime in on this stuff. All right. So,
Cam walks a little bit
unless there's
further ahead of everybody.
unless there's any other conversations that the party would like to have with each other before reaching the city, we can jump ahead to your return.
No,
So-
we can head back to our hero's welcome.
All right. Okay.
Great. You know how hard it is to get confetti out of fur?
For as obnoxious as Gradduk sounds, it's actually true. As you guys get close to the city, from the walls, the guards see you. You actually see Belgar, Danabel's future husband, on the wall cheering, "There they are! There they are! Hurrah!" And other soldiers on the wall start yelling, "Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!" in unison, celebrating your return to the city. At this point, they've just about rounded up and crushed the last of the skeletons, so they open the main gate, and more guards come out and welcome you into the city. There's no confetti, but a lot of cheering and thanking, pats on the back as you head in. They kind of cloister in around you, and there's some awkward, uncomfortable hugs and
No touching.
heads rubbing and so on and so forth. But
What,
it's just their pure joy and excitement. You can tell that they thought that they
Scritching
might
you
not
underneath the chin for
live through this,
Cam.
I kind of go like this.
and they've their relief and joy at seeing another sunrise is very, very apparent. So, welcome back into the city. Where do you want to go first?
To
With
the inn.
your entourage of
Tavern.
well-wishers.
Tavern.
Tavern.
The tavern's
Some
right
errands.
not far inside the gate, so that's an easy
We're going
one
to take
do.
advantage of them thinking we're heroes for free food and drink.
All right.
And
Well, the
see if,
innkeeper
Go for a
is
drink.
appreciative, but he's not that appreciative enough to offer free food and drink. But
no,
thankfully,
not from him, but the townsfolk will be buying.
everyone else will gladly chip in to see that you are fed and
Is Emin?
refreshed.
Do we see Emin in the tavern?
He's there. He's standing in the back. You can see him give a wink and a nod to you, shake his head in approval.
Where
Buy
is
him a drink.
Cam is looking around for Tira and Cremone and the dwarf and the wizard.
And Henry.
You
But
don't
not even Rugtug.
see any of them in this crowd, anyways.
Or she goes off to look for them then.
Okay. All right. You head outside. Give me a perception roll.
Dirty 20.
All right. That's a pretty good roll. The first thing you notice is that Rugtug is still, even though the battle is completely over, he's still riding Henry around
She wasn't looking for Rugtug.
the battlefield. No, but that's the first thing that you notice. But again, as the orcs and goblins reorganize towards the tree line, you can see Beerish heading up towards a group of people, and it's all the companions that traveled with you before this point are all standing up at the tree line, right at the edge of the forest, and begin talking to each other up there.
Okay. Cam heads up there.
Okay. All right. In the tavern, are you guys doing anything specifically?
I'm just checking my phone to see if Cam sent me a text to see if she saw those guys or not.
Okay. Nothing yet.
Gradduk is getting
and-
as much as Gradduk misses Beerish and Henry, he's more hungry than anything, so he's getting food.
All right.
We're just trying to get the perspective
eating,
from
drinking.
Is Danabel or Belgar in here with us?
Signing autographs.
Ganabel is not. Belgar is. Yes.
Well fought, Belgar. Well fought. Tell me about how was it on your end?
It was we were right on the cusp of having them break through the doors again, and then obviously whatever you did in the tower worked, and they just went into complete disarray. Not that they stopped fighting, but there was no organization to their habits, to their attacks, and we were able to fairly easily rout them after that. I, of course, say a prayer to the fallen, but
Indeed.
you deserve all the praise you receive. If it wasn't for you, the city would have fallen, without a doubt.
Well, the great beasts and the great
Oh,
gods
what?
were with us this day.
Yes, do you have a quill? Yeah, what is that? It's the femur? Yes, there we go.
At least it's not a pelvis.
Well, it's been a couple of pelvises.
Or pelvicus.
Maybe in a future episode.
Ooh.
About this time, you actually see the old man Terman Filmarin and his granddaughter Carlier coming into the tavern together.
Bill!
Their
Bill!
town guard has returned to them, and they are kind of making a path through the well-wishers to make their way to them, to you.
Phil, you are going to love what we found.
Well,
we have many questions.
I couldn't wait when Carlier here told me what had happened when the word reached us. I couldn't wait to come here and thank you personally.
Well, you're very welcome.
One of you is missing. There was 4 before, correct?
She's okay. She's okay. She's just out scouting about for her boo.
Oh, thank the gods, the good gods themselves. I was quite concerned that perhaps you had lost a member of your party in your adventure.
No.
Oh, good.
We're far too good for that.
We thank you for the we thank you for the health potions.
Oh,
we have many questions. But first, let's celebrate. Grab a beverage.
That's actually what I came for. You deserve a reward. You deserve a reward for what you have done for myself and for this city and for everyone here. So, I'm told that you traveled to the tower, the abandoned tower. Yes.
Indeed.
We did indeed.
Well, I assume that you've not homes for yourselves, correct?
Homes? No.
That's my point exactly. I am going to give you the deed to the tower. It is now the tower of these 4 heroes. And I will grant a stipend to have it repaired and brought back to its former glory so that it might house you correctly. Does this seem like a fair reward for what you have accomplished?
Yeah, we're very indebted to you.
Very.
Your generosity is very noted. Thank you.
Oh, well, you have my thanks. I can think of no better way to repay you.
I'm just going to lean over to him and be like, what's the best room with the nicest view?
I've never actually been to the tower. So
it's all right. No, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. All right. But congratulations.
Thank you, good man.
Are now landowners. I'm sure there's a title that will come with it. The Dukes of Rockshesh or some such.
Duke. I like Duke.
Perhaps we could set up our own guild here in town.
Yes, of course. I'm sure no one would have a problem with that after what you've accomplished.
At least a branch. Yes. Of the 5 heroes. And speaking of,
does this staff look familiar?
Oh, yes. He kind of squints at it at first and blinks a few times, then digs into his pocket and pulls out some small spectacles that he places on his nose. Oh, that appears to be the staff of Teloon. One of the 5 heroes, a very powerful wizard.
Yes, I think we saw him.
Do you know what happened to Teloon?
Well, after the 5 heroes separated, he continued his adventures on his own. Traveled off in search of something. No one knows what for sure, but there, at least through my research, it was never found what had happened to him.
Joe, is the moniker Bone Thrower, is that like a well-known, like the people know about that, or no?
So they know the term. A bone thrower is a gambler, as a slang term. Throwing bones is like throwing dice.
Right.
Dice in this setting would be carved out of bone.
Right.
So, as far as the specifics of this villain, probably not.
So they don't know him as a figure.
Right, exactly.
He's not an infamous bone thrower. Okay. So,
right, correct.
It seems that the leader of the army that we just vanquished, that's who we faced up in the tower, and once we killed him, the spirit of this Tulum seemed to rise from his ashes and mouthed thank you. But we recognized him from one of the statues in your collection.
Oh, what a terrible fate then for that to befall him. If you find any other information about what led him to such a terrible fate, I would be very interested in knowing. How sad.
Do we know?
Side note: infamous bone thrower is my hip hop name now. So
Did you used to tour with Hoodie Strings?
Yes, sir. Hoodie Strings. Hoodie Strings. Okay.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll jump to Cam, who has gotten up the hill by this point and met up with Tira, Milan, Dramor, and Birish. Is that all of them? I think
who was Balan and Jamor?
Oh, Basilisk. Milan was the one-armed wizard, and Dramor was the dwarf that his legs don't work right.
Okay. Birish, come sit and have a meal with me.
She's out here with me.
Oh, I thought you said she came in the... Oh, never mind.
No. Cam went to where she was.
Cutting Cam's POV now. Yeah.
So
keep gnawing on that bone.
It was somebody completely different. Not you. There's another person.
Different.
Go away.
You look familiar, but not identical.
That's one ugly human if she's a good-looking dwarf. I mean, an orc.
Well met, my friends. It's good to see that you all made it through the battle.
Immediately when Tara notices that it's you, she runs over to Cam and gives her a hug. Hi, I'm so relieved that you're safe. I was so worried. I'm sorry that we didn't wait, but we were all just so afraid that without our help, something bad might happen.
I think something bad might have happened. So it's good that you came, but I'm glad you're all safe. And she looks at Birish and the goblins and the others and she just says, thank you so much for coming. I think that town might have been completely overrun if you'd not been here. Come down and celebrate with us.
Birish responds, well, I have never been one to back away from a fight, that is for certain. But do you think it is appropriate? Our kinds do not usually mix. I don't want to cause more issues for you if we go down there. Well, imagine a group of Gradduks inside the town. You can see my concern, right?
Well, maybe we come down to the front gates and see if we can move the party outside, because you should be welcomed. You helped this town, and maybe mixing hasn't been the way of the past, but it doesn't mean it can't be the start of something different.
If you wish it. We will. You know,
If they won't have you, I'll come back out here with you and
ale
screw
is
this
a good
place.
way to make friends with orcs, so yeah.
Suddenly, Legion's Quest has turned into an after-school special.
There's lessons to be learned everywhere.
The more you know.
The real friends were the goblins we made along the way.
So please tell me, I did just for the record, I did a 15 stealth check to sneak by Rugtug.
I was just about to say, about this time, Henry comes galloping up to your location, and he immediately hits you with his nose in a friendly way, but considering how small Cam is, it stumbles a few steps just at the force of it. And
she gives him some tender pets and searches her pouches and stuff for an apple or some sort of snack to give him.
Okay, yeah, you can find it. And of course, he's happy and does his little happy donkey dance at getting a treat. Rugtug jumps down, says, "Oi, Pompet, don't worry, I took care of the rest of it out here." Yeah.
You did a fantastic job. She throws her hand out to do one of those like forearm clasp. Like
he watches her arm extend and what are you doing? I thought
trying to shake your hand.
Again. I got a little scared. I might have peed a little, if I'm honest.
She pushes her hand against the outside of his arm to where like that shake happens and shakes the hand.
Oh, all right. Yes. It's a good puppet. Yeah. All right. What does that mean?
It's a show of friendship and camaraderie and way friends greet each other or congratulate each other after something well done.
He kind of looks around. I've not had friends before. That's kind of neat. We'll have to try that again sometime. All right.
Well, you deserved it.
Oh, well, he kind of puffs up a little bit, as much as a little goblin can. Well, thank you. That's much appreciated, Puppet. So, I mean, you had something for the donkey. I did good too, right?
You did, and we're going to head back down to the outside of town and see if we can get some celebratory food and drink for all of you for helping out.
I think that's a fine plan. Fine. More.
But you got to admit, a steed as fine as Henry that did what he did, even with your help, deserves a little extra.
Oh, fine. I mean, it definitely would have taken me a lot longer to get around the battlefield without him. That's for sure. Mm-hmm.
We'll continue talking on the way back in.
Okay.
And I kind of meet them as they're walking back into town. I felt like Cam and I made a connection there that we've got something shared here between the vampire. So I've come out to check.
Okay.
I see them walking up, and I see the group that they're with, and I ask any sign of Cremone or God, I already forgot her name.
Tira.
Tira, thank you. Any sign of
Tira's with them. You see that.
Okay, what about Cremone?
Oh, Tira responds, "Oh, he was just with us. He was with us just moments before Cam arrived. I'm not sure.
Somebody watch that ring.
I don't know. Perhaps I'll
Curmudgeon, where are you?
Perhaps I'll go back and look for him and join you in a moment. I don't want to disturb your celebration.
No, that's okay. I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Oh, are you certain?
Yes, I'm certain. Let's go. I'll go with you.
Very well. I don't want to pull you away from your celebration. You definitely deserve it.
That's quite all right. That's not why I'm in it.
All right. And the two of you begin heading back up the hill towards the tree line.
Okay.
Cam tries to find Belgar to introduce him to Beerish and Rugtug and make sure this is a peaceful interaction.
Okay, he's still inside the tavern, celebrating with the soldiers. The guards that are outside don't seem relaxed, but after seeing their effectiveness in combat, they're also not making any comments
Well, I'll tell them to like wait at the gates while Cam runs into the tavern and brings Belgar out.
Okay. All right. You head inside. You can see Belgar is over with Eénsek and Gradduk, talking about, the things that happened in the tower and on the way there, things like that.
How great we are.
Yep, that too. Agreed.
Is Phil still there?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Phil, what do you know about any local vampires?
Well, I local vampires, none.
Assuming
Local? Oh heavens, no.
no vampires in the vicinity.
None that I'm aware of, anyways. If there are vampires around this area, they are quite in secret. I know of none. No. About this time, you guys see Annabelle make her way in. Looks like she's been crying, like she was worried. As soon as she sees Belgar, she says, "My love!" And Belgar jumps up. Annabelle, and they run and meet in a loving embrace, quite happy to see each other. Oh, I had heard terrible things, that the battle wasn't going well. I'm so relieved you survived. Don't worry, darling, I would never leave you. This life or the next, I will find my way back to you always. Things like that.
I'd hate to break up this lovely reunion, but your
Do we hear
mother is trying to kill you.
Had the time of my
Ixnay
life.
on the Ilk.
Cam, you find your way into the tavern about this time.
All right. She looks for Belgar and comes over to him and just asks him to come outside.
Cam, have a drink.
Yes.
Hold on. There's more people to join the celebration first. I just wanted to make sure that Belgar and the town were okay with it before our allies just started waltzing around.
Oh, the orcs.
Suddenly,
What about orcs?
an incredibly strong wind hits
No offense.
the inn, blasting the windows out of the panes and shattering glass into the room as the door to the inn blows open forcefully, flying off of its hinges. A very familiar form of Lady Beluche begins walking into the tavern, dragging Kermone by the neck.
Son of a bitch.
I believe you have something that belongs to me. Annabelle goes, Mother, oh my God, what are you doing? Enough from you, you twit. And she snaps her finger, and Annabelle immediately stiffens into a full pose, unable to move.
Shit.
And the Lady Kermone looks at the three of you that are in there and says, I'll be taking my ring back now. And that's where we'll end the adventure for this week. Everyone for joining us for another exciting episode of the Legion's Quest. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, like the episode, consider subscribing so that you don't miss any. Hit that bell, so you're always notified when we have a new episode up, and consider sharing it. We are trying to extend our reach to maybe some people that enjoy Dungeons and Dragons outside of the Mythics community. So, yes, Curtis, you had your hand up.
I was just going to ask if we had been kind of enjoying the celebration enough to consider that a short rest, or if we weren't there long enough.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask about leveling up again. I was going to
No.
I think the short rest is more than fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, all right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching. We enjoy having you, and thank you. And we'll see you next time on another exciting episode of Allegiance Quest. Bye.
Keep you guys mics muted.
Done.
Professionally, Jesse.